Okay, so hello and welcome yet again, guys, to the Cricket from the Stands podcast. Myself, Ujula, I am present here with two of my co-hosts, Pavan and Kanan. So, welcome to them and welcome to you all. So, as we all know that we've entered the final week of the IPL 2023, and we are just two matches away from knowing who is going to be the winner of this trophy, the IPL 16th edition. So, as we all know that two of the most important matches happened in the last 2 days, the qualifier one and the eliminator. So basically, for those who don't know much about it, I'm just going to take a brief introduction of this. That after the last week of IPL is the qualifier week, so there are four matches in total. The qualifier first, qualifier two, eliminator, and then the final. So the qualifier one is basically the top two teams competing against each other, and the winner goes straight to the finals, and the losing team plays in the qualifier two. The eliminator is the third and the fourth position team matches, and the one who wins goes to the qualifier two, and the one who
Qualified.
loses, as the name suggests, they get eliminated, and then qualifier two में फर्स्ट क्वालिफायर वन के लूजर्स और एलिमिनेटर के विनर्स खेलते हैं एंड द वन हु विंस आउट ऑफ देम गोस टू द फाइनल सो in this case the team that has qualified for the final has been the Chennai Super Kings yet again. So we are just going to tell you a quick fact that this is the 10th final for the Chennai Super Kings. So it is a record breaking 10th final for any team in the IPL. And it's because of Dhoni's consistency. And they actually, won against a team like Gujarat Titans, who were the defending champions, and they won quite comprehensively. और अगर कल की मैच की बात करें तो कल के मैच में भी मुंबई इंडियंस हैव वन कॉम्प्रिहेंसिवली अगेंस्ट द लखनऊ सुपर जायंट्स. There were a lot of things that went wrong and right as well. So first of all, first point that we are going to talk about is Chennai's record-breaking 10th IPL finale. So I'm going to ask Pavan and Kanan to give a few points of why do you think Chennai Super Kings has been this successful in reaching the finals always in the IPL. So Pavan, you can start.
Yeah, hello and welcome everyone to our latest episode of the podcast. We'll start with the Chennai Super Kings record-breaking streak in the IPL. So, 10th IPL final out of the 14 seasons for a team. I guess there is no better team in the history of IPL that has ever achieved. So even the second team that comes to it is the Mumbai, who has played nine playoffs, not the six finals and nine playoffs, nine-time
Correct.
playoff. While CSK has 12 playoffs and I guess 10 time in the IPL. So it's a great
Correct.
record to be boast of in terms of a team who had been so consistent. But the reason behind that is something I guess goes to the team management and the way they have structured their team since the beginning to today. So I would like to talk about a bit about the CSK. If you have seen CSK doing this thing regularly, it has been their trust in their captain. It has been their
Correct.
trust in their team management. Stephen Fleming has been their strength since the beginning. As of today, he used to be the player, then to be the coach, and have been at the every piece of it since then to today. So that calmness and then combination of Mahendra Singh Dhoni with Stephen Fleming, I guess, has done wonders to the CSK so far. So
Correct.
it's not a new thing. I guess most of our viewers have been hearing that since so long. But what has worked for them is that pair and their uncomplicatedness that you would see that they do with the things. I guess they try to keep things as simple as possible. You do not see any of the teammates getting flustered, even if the match is not in their hands. These are the few things that I've seen CSK doing tremendously well. Even I guess there was this moment where Devon Conway was playing against LAG and he was not scoring quick runs. Likewise, on the other hand, Ruturaj Gaikwad was scoring at a great pace and 44 balls, 60 runs he hit. While on the other hand, Devon Conway was struggling, but you did not see anybody showing any impression of that somebody is not scoring runs. So they have this belief that somebody who is there out there on the ground has will definitely go and score runs rather than somebody new who is coming and would score runs. But it will be difficult for him to adjust to the condition. So I guess that
Absolutely.
mentality and that understanding between the coaches and players has been free flowing so far, and everyone understand their role very clear, and that is the best thing in the IPL, when you know what is your role, when you have to come, what you have to do according to your strength. And I guess those are the things that had been working for CSK so long. I remember saying Stephen Fleming once that team making fewer mistakes wins more often than not. And
Correct.
that is been the philosophy of Chennai Super Kings so far. What they believe in, that making the mistakes fewer than the other team, and that the same thing Hardik Pandya also mentioned after the post-match presentation, saying that we made few basic errors. If we could have avoided it, we could have won this match, because they had been a great chasing side. They had been one of the fantastic side in this in the tournament. So for me, the success of CSK is not coming out of the blue. It has been there for quite so long, and they had been consistently doing so. And that core of players around which they have built their team and their management, I guess, had been giving them strength every now and then, which is converting into these results. So a
Absolutely.
brilliant franchise and unbelievable consistency for all these years.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Just to top up on what on my already have mentioned, and we already know about Chennai Super Kings. One interesting fact that my cricket trivia brain spotted during this season of IPL was Chennai Super Kings is the only team to go 10 matches consistently without changing their 11. So now that
Absolutely.
shows you how much they back their players, how much they back their core strength, and that is from where their majority of the dynamic energy of CSK comes into the picture. The next best team to do that is Gujarat Titans, to go 4 games without changing their 11, and there is a huge gap between
Yeah,
the first team and the second team. So and if you see at the end of the day, these two teams were the teams to be number one and number two at the league stages as well. So kahin na kahin, there is a pattern. If something is going right for them, that means they are not changing their 11. No matter if someone else is failing or someone else is performing, they are keeping the 11 consistent. It is not just the 11 that is being consistent. It has been their the support staff, their coach, their bowling coach, their fielding coach. Everyone has been consistent right from 2008 to 2023. Right, we are seeing faces have changed, white beards have grown, white hair has grown, but that player still remained the same, to be a yellow Chennai Super Kings player at the end of the day. So just my 2 cents on why Chennai Super Kings very good team is because they maintain their core, they believe in that core, and they back that core till the very last moment.
so
Absolutely.
yeah, absolutely. It's the 10th final for the Chennai Super Kings, and let's see who reaches that stage, who plays against them in the finals of the 16th IPL. So, talking about Chennai Super Kings, let's go to their opponents of the match 71st, that was the qualifier one. So गुजरात टाइटंस played against the Chennai Super Kings and गुजरात टाइटंस के बारे में हम आज इतनी बातें नहीं करेंगे as a team because Gujarat Titans are yet to play another match that is going to be tomorrow. That is going to be the qualifier second. So let's talk about just one player from Gujarat Titans that has been making waves in this IPL, and he's always been a good player. He's always been a classic player, and he has shown consistently in the IPL as well that you don't need to hit all around the ground, like ulta bulta shots. You just have to be classic enough, and you just have to have enough confidence to hit every ball
Absolutely.
that comes to you. So it's Shubman Gill, and Shubman Gill has been consistent since he has played in the Under 19 World Cup. Everybody was impressed by Shubman Gill's talent, his batting, and he was also the man of the tournament in that Under 19 World Cup of his. So let's talk about what Shubman Gill has been doing. And our topic for today would be like how Shubman Gill is resembling some of Virat Kohli's mannerisms in his batting. So Virat Kohli as well, he is quite a classic player, but somewhere Shubman is more of a classic player because Virat Kohli uses his wrist more often, more than Shubman Gill, but Shubman Gill likes to play really straight. So I would like Kanan to start what Shubman does differently than any of the players or how he resembles Virat Kohli in his batting skills.
So to start off this topic, right? The one thing that have been catching the headlines is if Virat Kohli is the king of Indian cricket, Shubman Gill is the prince,
Prince.
and that is something that he is going to take that title upon himself 5 years down the line, 6 years down the line. Yeah, and we have seen Virat Kohli posting it on various social media platforms that he himself thinks that Shubman Gill is someone who is there to lead the future generation, the next generation of cricketers, and he has been showering his praises n number of times on Shubman Gill. Now talking about what makes Shubman Gill, and a lot of different batters around him, not as Shubman Gill, is because the timing. He believes in timing. He doesn't try to hit the ball so hard.
Right.
That is point A. Point B, he doesn't try to hit those ram shots, those cute reverse sweeps, जो maybe सूर्य कुमार would hit right above the wicket keeper's head या फिर गली के ऊपर से कहीं पे मारते. He believes in those proper cricketing shots. The only time I have probably seen him during this IPL hitting those reverse sweeps were against Mitchell Bracewell, very failed, but then again dot ball हुआ, next ball again he belted a six, a traditional six over long on long and mid wicket. So
I
that is
remember
what
that.
Shubman Gill should try, and that is what he has been trying. He knows his game very well. When we talk, when the post match presentation also happens, he knows his game very well. वो यही चीज पे हमेशा बोलता है कि I know where my runs are. I'm not a player who's going to hit bang 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 4-6 every ball. I know मेरे को strike rotate भी करना है. I have to take those singles. I have to take those doubles. I have to hit the balls. I have to hit bad balls. I have to wait for the good balls. Be patient, respect the good balls, and continue on the good, continue hitting the bad balls. And that is the reason we have seen a terrific performance, a 722 run season. That is by far his best season ever. He has always ranged between 450 480 runs per season, but this has been a breakthrough season, 55.54 ka average. And it's not just the average that we are talking about, or the number of runs he has scored, the manner in which he has scored the runs, 149.17 ka strike rate, and that is his best strike rate in all the years that he has played IPL. मतलब कोई भी ऐसा सीजन नहीं था जहां पे he has scored more than at a pace of 146.04, which was his first season, and this season 149.17. That is the best season that he has ever had as an IPL player. So that
Absolutely.
that shows the mentality shift that he has made, and probably also the time that he has given himself to become what he has now. I feel this guy, we should just keep watching him, keep admiring him, because he's the one to stay and cement his place in the Indian cricket team for a very long time.
Yes, soon he will be a player of three formats as well, just like Virat Kohli.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Pawan,
Absolutely.
you can add something.
Yeah, I guess there is no denying that he is going to be a superstar if managed well by BCCI and been taken care very well of his health and his injuries and everything. I believe there is no denying that he is a future star. Now, when it comes to whether he is following the Virat Kohli footsteps, I guess it had been evident like for last 3 4 season he had been consistently scoring 400 450 plus runs, but this season I guess he has gone bonkers. This time around it is 700 runs already, and the best thing about it that he had been scoring fours very regularly. While Kannan was
Right.
mentioning the same, that his strength is mostly to play down the ground and minimize the risk as much as he can while playing, and that's what the great batsman has done in the in all these years. We have seen Virat Kohli doing the same. We have seen Sachin Tendulkar doing the same. We have seen Sunny Gavaskar doing the same, and such is the style of Shubman Gill's play. His career average is close to 130. So is the Virat Kohli's after 16 years. What they don't do, they don't try to play a different kind of game altogether, where they try to mold their batting into somebody like Andre Russell or maybe Roman Powell or maybe biggest of the biggest hitters in the world like Kieran Pollard. They are somebody who comes easy on the ice. They play their shots. They try to minimize the risk as much as they can when they play, and they just do the things not very differently, but the way they have been doing consistently. So it's been the consistency that is what we are seeing in Subman Gill's career so far.
Absolutely.
I guess he has taken up his game a notch further. He is just 23, 24 years old. You have been seeing him doing the same thing regularly, and I guess that's been reaping the benefits of it. So this year, if you would see, he is again among the highest force scorer. the fourth hitter in this tournament, who is at number second and third. And at the same time, number of sixes is something where he has improved further. And this time around, in 2021, scored 12 sixes. This time around, he has already hit 23 sixes. And
Correct.
out of those 23, eight came in Bangalore 100, where he made the RCB show the way outside of the tournament. So I guess he knows his game very well. He's been doing it consistently, tremendously, and a great player, following the footstep of the great. As Kannan said, when you say Virat Kohli is king, Shubman Gill is the future prince for the Indian cricket.
Right, so that was the match number 71st of the IPL 2023. So moving on to the next match that happened yesterday. That was the IPL's 72nd match, and we were just two matches away as we know. So the 72nd match was the eliminator that was played between the Mumbai Indians and the Lucknow Super Giants, which the Lucknow Super Giants lost quite like in the worst fashion, you can say. But for the Mumbai Indians, let's take these topics, two topics consecutively. For the Mumbai Indians, it was the youngsters that have been blazing since the last few matches because, like, I feel like towards the end of the tournament, it's the youngsters for the Mumbai Indians that have taken them over the line. And the youngsters like Cameron Green, Nehal Wadhera, and there was Akash Madhwal for the last two matches, and Tilak Varma and Surya Kumar Yadav, another just another youngster. So let's talk about, and then we are also going to talk about what LSG could have improved on, or what LSG did wrong that they could have improved. So let's talk about Mumbai Indians first. What I would like to start with Karan first. What do you think Mumbai Indians or their youngsters or them as a team did? Because it was a good total actually. Mumbai Indians put on the board 182. So 183 was the target. And on the same pitch that Chennai Super Kings batted, there was a tie, some 170 something, and then Mumbai Indians were like 182. So Mumbai Indians definitely improved in their run scoring ability. But what did they do differently than Chennai Super Kings or any other team that made them win yesterday's match? Because the LSG team lost by a lot of runs, as you know, and they were also like out. They were all out on the last ball of the match. So, what could have been improved from LSG and what went right for Mumbai Indians?
Absolutely. So, as you rightly called out, this has been the season of youngsters for the two successful IPL teams. One, CSK, that we have already talked about, and second being Mumbai Indians. And for these two teams, everyone had counted them out of the picture, given the absence of Jasprit Bumrah, given the absence of Jofra Archer, given the absence of all the previous superstar that was Hardik Pandya, Kyron Pollard, and everyone. And इनको टीम को रूल आउट कर दिया था कि इनका हो गया सीजन एंड एज हार्दिक पांड्या quoted, Mumbai Indians buys stars but and end up in the final. So he should rather not forget that he was bought as a youngster and he's a star now for Gujarat Titans. So that is something that Mumbai Indians has been doing. They have been making stars. And if you talk about the innings specifically, I would like to paste this equation as the innings first. Let's talk about the innings, then we'll move on slowly to the key players that specifically caught my eyes and what they did differently. So if you see the match progression, Mumbai Indians were playing very well. They were 105 for 4 at the end of the 10th over, where Cameron Green got out. फिर उसके बाद से Tim David came in. Tim David and Tilak Varma were batting together. They both stitched a brilliant partnership of 45-48 runs, जहाँ पे थोड़ा momentum दिया. And again, as soon as Tim David and Tilak Varma both got out, Nehal Wadhera was swapped in as the impact player. And do not forget that 12 ball 23 runs innings. That was the game changing innings, because
Yep.
उसके वो 12 ball 23 की वजह से Mumbai Indians did not end up at 150. They ended up at 182. So that was the difference, the key difference between them posting a higher total. And if you see that batting order, right, the top 3 run scorer for them, 41 runs, Cameron Green, Surya Kumar Yadav, that is 23, Tilak Varma 26 runs. And if I remove Surya Kumar Yadav, the rest two players are 25 years and below. So see the average age of runs scored, and if I also add the fourth best player of the night, for the batting order specifically, that is Nehal Wadhera. Again, less than 25 years of age. So apart from Surya Kumar Yadav, the next three best run scorers were at the below the age of 25 years
Right.
old. So that shows how good a how good young team that they have, and this is not just going to be helpful for them for this season. This is going to help them for a very long time, because ये players नहीं बोल के भी आगे 6 से 7 साल खेलेंगे, and they will majority be the core of Mumbai Indians going forward as well. Now coming to the bowling progression, bowling mein, if we see, right, if anyone can tell me one day ki there is no Jasprit Bumrah, there is no Harbhajan Singh, there is no Lasith Malinga, and there is no other top player for them, and they're still like dismissing a team inside 100 overs, 100 runs, I would not believe that 5 years, if you have told me that 5 years below before the
Definitely.
time. So that is what they exactly did. Lucknow Super Giants were going very well. They were going at 8 runs per over, almost 8.2 जब over था, when Krunal Pandya got off just after the breaks, जहाँ पे Kunal Pandya went out, the score was 69 for 3. And from there on, it was just one man show. That is the Akash Madhwal show. And I would like to take a moment to describe these youngsters, because I have read his story as well. This Akash Madhwal, if you remember, Conway, we talked about it 2 podcasts before. That this is someone that we need to watch out for. He is the captain of Uttarakhand team, and he leads them by his bowling performance. He has a good sense of match awareness, field placements, and he bowls as per the fields. And just for all the RCB fans who might have already shed many tears, थोड़ा और आंसू बहाने के लिए, this Akash Madhwal was a net bowler with RCB 2 years ago, and they did not give
Yes,
him even a single game, and that is where Mumbai Indians ability to make stars
Definitely.
comes into the picture, because this guy wasn't given any chances before this season. पिछले साल भी in Mumbai Indians he was a net bowler, and as Rohit Sharma also told out in the press post match conference कि last year हम लोग ने उसमें potential देखा, इसलिए हम लोग ने उसको इस साल खिलाया, and he got good matches once Jofra Archer got out. And the kind of deliveries that he bowls, he bowls stump to stump, Yorkers, and he has that nagging ability of hitting the deck and getting the ball in, which not many players have it. बहुत कम प्लेयर्स में था. जसप्रीत बुमराह इज वन ऑफ दोस काइंड जिसमें वो एबिलिटी था to do that, and I believe Madhwal, if looked after well, he can be a very good red ball player for Team India in the near future as well.
Oh,
So
I
that were my 2 cents about, not 2 cents, actually 200 cents that I spoke about Mumbai Indians. But yeah, this is the quality of the team that they have built in. 100% young players, and no real big stars coming out of them. And of course, they have the forever green, forever young Piyush Chawla, leading wicket taker for them, who is not decided yet to grow old. And that's how Mumbai Indians like to make their 11. एक दो तीन सीनियर प्लेयर होंगे, उसके अराउंड पूरा यंग प्लेयर होगा. That's the reason for them to be in the the ninth playoff finals, and ninth playoff, and out of those they have qualified for the finals for the sixth time they have before. And if they do it now as well, they would be this would be the seventh time. And mind you, if Mumbai Indians is in the finals, they barely lose it.
that was great
absolutely.
from Karan. Total analysis. So Pawan, what would you like to say?
Would not like to add anything on the match front. I guess it had been a brilliant win for Mumbai Indians. The only thing that stood out for me was the way this Mumbai Indians had been churning out such youngsters on every now and then. This has been a great nursery for these youngsters, and I guess those would definitely, if maintained well and looked after well, probably will serve for Indian cricket in future. So it was asked to Rohit Sharma in one of the interview where it was just a funny incident, and he was asked that you had always been having great players in your squad, and that's why you win. And his reply was again as Tapori language as he uses most of the time. And then say, अरे उन्होंने सब देखा है, they haven't seen कि हम लोग उन पे कितना काम करते हैं, हमारा scouting उस उन पे कितना मेहनत करता है. So he was about to tell people that it's not just what you are seeing the end result. It has been something
Absolutely.
that had been nurturing this talent for quite some time. So as Kannan said, that Akash Madhwal was with the RCB, but that doesn't mean he was always away from the Mumbai Indians scouting team. As soon as they left
Absolutely.
him, as soon as they grabbed him and they had him played in the Mumbai cricket ground in Reliance. They had asked him to
Absolutely.
come early, and for almost a year or so, they nurtured him. They worked very well on his fitness because he did not have that great of a fitness because he was a tennis ball player like Mohammad Siraj earlier. He was not somebody
Absolutely.
who has played his under 13, under 15 and has come grow through the ranks. He is 28, 29 years old as of today. But when RCB scouted him, he was 24, 25 years old back then. And he has come from the same place from where Rishabh Pant has come, and he was somebody who was doing civil engineering. He has graduated in the same. So it's a different journey altogether for such player because that's where the scouting play a huge role. We have seen Varun Chakravarti doing tremendously well. We have seen Venkatesh Iyer doing the same because these are the guys who hasn't played cricket through the ranks. They come at
Correct.
the very later stage, and it's only because of their pure talent and their rigor to do tremendously well at this stage is something brings out the best of them. And one of such example is Akash Madhwal, who hasn't gone through this, but he has gone through lot of rigor. He has molded himself to be a great bowler. He is more or less like it gives me a glimpse of Mohammad Siraj. Mohammad Siraj also keeps coming and keeps attacking. He's full of energy. You give him 10 hours, he'll do that. So is the Akash Madhwal. He comes from Uttarakhand. He has same sort of energy. Never you ask
Absolutely.
him to bowl in play overs in the power play, he'll do. You ask him to bowl in the middle over, he'll do with the same enthusiasm. He comes in the end, he bowl with the same enthusiasm. I guess those qualities are rare to find, but it's good to have in pacers, which we have seen in doing the same with Jasprit Bumrah in Test cricket. That's how you become the all format player, right? That rigors take you further. So, Akash Madhwal, Tilak Varma, who was scouted last year, doing again 300 run season. Nehal Wadhera came this year, 21 years old, from Punjab, doing tremendously well, 250 run season. Not bad when you are coming at number six, number five, and down.
Absolutely.
So,
Not at all.
their innings would always be remembered, and I guess these players, if nurtured well, will definitely you might see playing them for India. So a great shout out for Mumbai Indians and their scouting team to back these players to play at such a very big stage.
Just one difference there, Pawan bhai, between Mohammad Siraja and Akash Madhwal. The faltu unnecessary aggression is missing me, and which is the right thing to do, Akash Madhwal, if you're going to play for him.
Akash Madhwal is a more controlled
Absolutely.
version of
That
Mohammad
is what you
Siraj.
want at the end of the day. A calm mind rather than an unscattered mind.
That's the difference of personalities. So yeah, but moving on, let's talk about the other topic that we were going to. How LSG could reflect on their loss and how could they have improved, because they played like very unnecessary cricket yesterday. They were very irresponsible yesterday. Three runouts, one after the another, and worst of runouts if you could see. So you would never expect that from a team like LSG because last season they were raging. They were one of the first teams to qualify for the playoffs. Them and the Gujarat Titans. So this time, this match definitely would be something that LSG would like to forget forever. And since they've been eliminated, they will definitely reflect back. So just a few words from both of you of what went wrong for the Lucknow Super Giants. Karan, you can
Everything.
start.
Everything, I would say. Right
I
from
was trying to be polite, but yeah, literally everything went wrong.
right from the toss, right when they won the toss, elected. I mean, when Mumbai Indians won the toss and elected to bat first, they should have ideally gone ahead with the right 11 in the first place. Quinton de Kock was missing from that lineup. Amit Mishra was missing from that lineup on the rank turner, which Chepok is, and everyone in the world globe, even a kid would know कि चेन्नई में बॉल क्या करेगा, चेन्नई में बॉल सिर्फ स्पिन करेगा. So that is something that
And they
everyone knows,
did not
but
have Piyush Chawla, so they could have played Amit Mishra. That would be a
yeah,
good option.
so they missed out on Amit Mishra, they missed out on Quinton de Kock. Quinton de Kock being a terrific player of spin, they ended up missing him out. Uh, what they did was they tried to make themselves better than what Mumbai Indians is on paper, but they ended up doing exactly the opposite on the ground. Because fielding, maybe if you see in the last 4 5 overs, they gave up too many runs, too many unnecessary runs. I would say, जब 6 down हो गया था मुंबई, that was their time to restrict them under 160, but they weren't able to do that because they did not have good bowling options with them left. And Krunal Pandya, bring Krunal Pandya, he reminds me of that Indian गली क्रिकेटर जिसका बैट जिसका बॉल वो पहले बैटिंग करेगा, वो पहले बॉलिंग करेगा, वो पहले फील्डिंग भी करेगा. So that is something that Krunal Pandya, being Krunal Pandya, does. उसने उसने कहीं ना कहीं टीम स्ट्रैटेजी में बहुत सारे चेंजेस मिसअप कर दिया, which were important to win that yesterday's match. And talking about those runouts, right? I don't think it was anything to be uh, not seen. It was Deepak Huda at the end of the day, and Deepak Huda and Krunal Pandya, the history between them. I feel Krunal Pandya has, Deepak Huda has had the last words over Krunal Pandya. Between them, the tussle was there for right from the Baroda days, and उसने कहीं ना कहीं दिखा दिया कि खुद की टीम के 4 विकेट निकालने का घमंड है. So that is something that he has done for them in the last match. Their batting could have been a bit sensible when Krunal Pandya was out. वहाँ पे थोड़ा I felt first of all तो as soon as Kyle Mayers was playing there, जब first wicket गया, they could have sent Ayush Badoni up, who's a good player of spin. Instead, जिसका बैट जिसका बॉल वो खेलने आ गया, कृणाल पांड्या आ गया. He wasted 11 odd balls, 11 balls में 9 runs मारे. He got out, and as soon as he got out, वहाँ पे एक लड़ी लग गई टीम की. That is where their controlled pattern of a sheet anchor, which KL Rahul was doing, and everyone was blaming KL Rahul for being the sheet anchor of LSG. कि इस age and gen में there is no need to be a sheet anchor player. But KL Rahul knew his team very well कि एक विकेट जाते ही पूरा लाइन लग जाता है, and that is the reason he always took the responsibility upon himself. But कहीं ना कहीं वो missing लगा मेरे को in last match. And rest, as they say, the rest is history, because even in 2022 they were eliminated by an uncapped player, that is Rajat Patidar, and in 2023 they are again eliminated by an uncapped player, that is Akash Madhwal. So they underestimate players at times, and this is the result of having an egoistic captain, a coach, and a few mango lovers which they have within their team.
Yeah, so Pawan, anything that you would like to add?
I have few of the mangoes here, if you want to.
Good one, Panbhai. Even I have few.
I have few in the hay. Okay. What is
You
it?
can show when needed. Yeah, so I think coming back to the LSG's exit and its elimination, I guess Kannan has tried to has covered as many as things were there possible. So there were in the very first innings, Kunal Pandya, as Kannan mentioned. So whatever the mistakes he made, I guess he tried to came and told during the presentation. He said that we tried with myself and Gotham. We tried with myself and Gotham in the opening overs, thinking because Mumbai is really good with their batting lineup and with the pace bowling, and they do not have the good pace attack, if you would say, as the moment. Avesh Khan is not there, Mark Wood is not there. So I guess that might have uh, given the captain thinking, okay, let's go against with the spin because it's a spinning track. It did not work for them, and I guess they ended up giving 30 odd runs in first 3 overs. By the time they realized, I guess 6 overs, 68 runs or 2 wickets or something had already been pushed them back. So few tactical errors were definitely there. While Naveen Nolak tried to pull things back 4 for 38, and again
You're stuck.
Mumbai used their impact player substitution, which they were supposed to take somebody as bowler. I guess they used Nehal Wadhera as batter because it pushed them while Naveen Ulak were taking
Correct.
the wickets of Rohit Sharma, Cameron Green, and Surya Kumar Yadav. So brilliant bowling by that individual. He tried to pull things back a little, but as Kannan did mention that LSG and their batting was very poor yesterday. Prerang Mankad, who was supposed to play a key role of somebody who could anchor the innings. In the very first innings, he debuted. I guess he scored 64, 65 runs.
Correct.
After that, we could not see the Prerag Mankad, who was supposed to play the Prerag Mankad role and the anchor role in this team. And again, Ayush Badoni was somebody who is not having that great of a season this time around. and then ended up added the pressure on players like uh, Marcus Stoinis, who somebody tried to squeeze another extra run, and I guess he got out, run out, and that's where the fate of the game changed completely. Nicholas Puran, Madhwal, and I guess Madhwal ran through their lower order like anything else. So LSG, some tactical errors here and there had caused them. Uh, Absence of Quinton de Kock, definitely, but it was Kyle Myers who scored more runs against Chennai when he came here. That is the reason who forced him to play Kyle Myers, but we have seen Quinton de Kock doing great things. And even if there are matchups, we still want to play those players. It is not like you can drop Rohit Sharma if Rohit Sharma is bad against the leg spin. It's not like Rohit Sharma. We have seen Virat Kohli's record against left arm orthodox is not that great. That doesn't mean you don't play Virat Kohli, right? So those things are there, but they are great players. They know that how to play those overs out and whom to target. So they maintain those strike rate. They still manage their run, everything. But it was a blunder that LSG had done, and I guess now the second year in a row that they are exiting from the playoffs and not playing the IPL. So there is a reason for it.
Yes, so yeah, so yesterday's match is done, and we are looking forward to the qualifier two that will happen tomorrow. So moving on to our last point of today, that is something that we've talked throughout the years. Everybody has talked throughout the years. That is how Mumbai Indians and Chennai Super Kings, the two of the most successful teams of the IPL, manage to win so many games. And even though they don't win in the entire league stage, they always make it to the playoffs. So those are the two teams who you will always see. So what has worked for them and what has not worked for any other team? लाइक मुंबई इंडियंस एंड चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स का कुछ थोड़ा अलग ही है और बाकी टीम्स भी है उनको छोड़ के पहले 6 टीम्स थी अभी 8 टीम्स है बिकॉज द नंबर ऑफ द टीम्स वाज इंक्रीज बाय 10 in the last season. So what has worked and what has been the mindset of both the teams, and what have they done differently? You know what that enables them to play every playoff, almost every playoff as possible. सो ये जो दो जगह होती है ना ये मुंबई इंडियंस और चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स से भरी रहती है प्लेऑफ्स में रेस्ट दो टीम घूमती रहती है जो आएगी वो आएगी सो या आई वुड लाइक पवन टू स्टार्ट दिस टाइम व्हाट डू यू थिंक व्हाई मुंबई इंडियंस एंड चेन्नई सुपर किंग्स हैव ऑलवेज वर्कड डिफरेंटली
Yeah, I will leave numbers to Kannan. I guess he is the best suited for it. I'll rather go for the mindset and the philosophy. That's how the team have been evolving over the time. So it takes, we'll start with something that it takes enough time for a team to build a culture within the team. It is not something that comes out of the blue. It takes you enough time to build something like this. You have been seeing Mumbai Indians for last 16 years. You are seeing the Chennai Super Kings for last 14 years. As we were discussing in our earlier discussion where we were telling that it's their culture within the team, it's their core that they try to maintain, and around those they try to build a team, which is called as a family. Mumbai Indians का तो slogan वही है कि one family, right? And then MI family, MI Pulton, right? Like these kind of the things they use and they stick to it. So they have their core in Rohit Sharma, Jasprit Bumrah, Surya Kumar Yadav, Ishan Kishan, and then they build everyone around it. आप चेन्नई सुपर किंग में जाओगे तो sorry, MS Dhoni is there. Then your Rituraj Gaikwad has come in now. Then you have Ravindra Jadeja there. You have Deepak Chahar. You had Suresh Raina earlier, right? It used to revolve around these players, and everyone around them keeps changing. And Dwayne Bravo was also been part of for over a decade, who has played for CSK, right? So ये जो core है, they keep building their teams around it. That's where it gives more positivity for individuals who are coming in. It makes them feel like a family, and I guess they believe and they try to back them up. What Kannan was telling that it's one of the philosophy of CSK where they had been playing with teams and they haven't changed their squad for almost last 10 games or almost for 10 games in this season. That talks about that how much they believe in their core, how much they believe in their players who can win them matches in any situation, whether they are playing first, whether they are playing second, irrespective of that, their squad remains the same. That calls that what kind of mindset a captain carries, what kind of a mindset a coach carries. So that gives enough confidence to the youngster, those who are coming in that sport, saying that we are confident about our sport, we are not losing our sport, we'll go there and play the best cricket that we could on a given day. So this is a culture that you build with the time. This is not a culture that comes within a day or within a year. It comes your practice of years and years on years and years. And that's how I guess these two teams have done wonderfully well, and they have given tremendous, and they have given numerous cricketers to the Indian cricket and to the IPL. So the culture is there. And there was one thing that Mohinder Singh Dhoni has always boasted about, that it's better of improvising, which means what he believes, that if you want to bowl a bad over, you bowl a bad over of 13 runs, 14 runs. Don't give me a bad over of 20 runs. So what he likes about is improvising things. He try to give people freedom, but he doesn't lose his focus from the match. Even in the 20th over and the last ball, you would bowl a bad ball. Mahendra Singh Dhoni would not show the impression of winning the match, and he would not show any gesture of winning the match. He would rather go to the bowler and tell him, "You have bowled it wrong."
Correct.
So these kind of mindset you don't build in a day, in a year. It comes with the time and experience, and I guess that's what is there in Rohit Sharma and Mumbai Indians, CSK, and Chennai CSK and MS Dhoni. So I guess these relationships have been going strength to strength over the years, and that's what is that these guys are reaping the benefits as of today.
Absolutely, Conway. You rightly called out many critical and many important things that wouldn't be visible to a normal user via the numbers or via a statisticians. These are the mental things that plays inside a player's mind. Just to add on there, a few things that I have noticed personally in the last 2 or 3 games. If you might have seen in the match versus GT versus CSK, the qualifier one, 19.2 over number 19 for 2 for CSK when CSK were bowling. एक मिसफील्ड हुआ by a youngster called as सेनापति, wherein the
Hmm.
ball उसके पैर को लग के आगे चले गया. What MS Dhoni did was, जहाँ पे and Rashid Khan was going all guns blazing in that
Correct.
over in previous over that too. Noor Ahmed and probably it was Mohammad Shami, दोनों Rashid Khan मार के आ रहा था, and then these two were at the new crease. He made a gesture as breathe, calm. इससे क्या हुआ, 19.4, just one delivery after that, that same guy Senapati, that same position, he made a direct run out. उससे that shows how important it is for your captain to not lose his calm and make sure that is transferred to the rest of the players as well. वही मोमेंट पे probably अगर एम एस धोनी उस पर चिल्ला देता या कुछ इधर उधर के रिएक्शंस कर देता, that player might have ended up misfielding that ball और वो 4 चले जाता या फिर एक ओवर थ्रो हो जाता वहां पे, जो that would have costed CSK the game as well, if not the match, वहां पे कहीं ना कहीं. So that is something how it is important for a captain to be calm in serious situations, like in the game versus LSG versus Mumbai. जब कृणाल पांडे was bowling the first over, उसको first over में ईशान किशन ने एक straight hit मारा where he dropped a catch and he reacted like crazy after dropping that catch. That in itself would have put pressure on so many youngsters around him कि अगर कैप्टन ही अंडर प्रेशर काम खो दे रहा है, how are the players supposed to maintain their calm? So that is my worth about how mindset is important. Not talking about the numbers, why this team is what it is today as the best two teams, not just in IPL but the two best T20 teams across all the franchises, is because both the teams, CSK and Mumbai, have been absolute beast of IPL, to be honest. And I would start off with the IPL numbers for now. Season 16 seasons for Mumbai Indians, 9 playoffs, 6 finals, 5 wins out of those 6 finals, a win percentage of
Oh,
83, and that is massive. कोई और टीम 5 बार मुंबई और सीएसके के अलावा फाइनल्स में आई भी नहीं है. Forget about winning the title. Now talking about their rivals, that is the El Clasico of IPL, Chennai Super Kings, 14 seasons, 12. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you are hearing it wrong,
well,
I'm not kidding here. they had played 12 IPL playoffs, out of which they have just lost, not able to make into the playoffs from the finals just two times. That is, they have made it into the finals 10 damn times. That
And
that is that is a
one of those time, Mahendra Singh Dhoni was not captain.
was नहीं नहीं that is it right exactly कि 14 सीजन में दो सीजन तो खेले भी नहीं वो लोग ठीक से एक सीजन राइना ने थोड़ा बहुत कैप्टनशिप किया बिकॉज ही वाज इंजर्ड एंड दे स्टिल एंडेड अप मेकिंग 10 में से 12 में से 10 फाइनल्स एंड 10 में से 4 फाइनल्स they have won that is a win percentage of 40 and mind you the last three finals they have lost they were all against Mumbai Indians. Their rival enemy that is coming up the ranks in this season as well. And probably I would put all my money to get a Mumbai Chennai finals, and I would request everyone around the GT team
Yeah.
so that they end up losing the game
No,
so
but
that we
then
have
let's
a
But luckily, those matches are in Ahmedabad.
so that is the reason, right? Ahmedabad हर बार जीटी आता है, हर बार खेलता है, हर बार जीतेगा. That doesn't make any sense to me. Let there be two neutral teams there. Let's see who the real champions of IPLs are, and we might see a different reason, and that is the
the
reason we
statistics
love
we are
IPL.
watching.
It
That
would
is the
require
reason we
Surya and Green special.
and then from the Chennai camp you will have, of course, a Jaddu special or probably a Ruturaj special, and if and you never know if there are like six
Yep.
balls remaining, you might see a Thala special there too. So that is something that CSK might do, but let's see, let's wait and watch for the best of our interest and best of our audience interest as well. The rest we might continue on Saturday if our audience stay tuned to our podcast every day.
Definitely. So, as you can see, there were not a lot of topics to cover. We only had a few topics, but still, it was such a big session, if you can see. So, a lot to talk about. It was just two matches that we are doing this podcast for, just to talk about those two matches, and we still went over 45 minutes. So, that was another productive session. And we're going to come yet again after the qualifier 2 happens, and yet again after the finale happens as well. So let's call it a day today here. We've covered all the points, and definitely, as Kannan said, that was the best point of today. That Chennai Super Kings and Mumbai Indians are not only the best teams of the IPL, they are the best T20 teams, like two of the best T20 teams ever to have existed, and they can
if
still.
if IPL wasn't enough, they have also won the Champions Trophy.
Yeah,
So
exactly. That was such a great
I
tournament.
don't even know what else do we require to put a tag on them. Like एक पूरा PSL का बेस्ट टीम भी बना लेते हैं 10 टीम मिला के then also they wouldn't be able to probably beat Mumbai or CSK at their very damn best.
IPL के टीम्स नहीं कर पा रहे यार PSL के क्या हो तो जाने ही दो
I
तो
said the best of all PSL teams.
yeah, I know. So yeah, let's end it here and let's not take it any further. Let's end it on a good note. So yeah, to all the audience that have been watching us, please keep coming again and again. It's the last week of IPL. 28th May को हमारा IPL finals होगा and after that we are going to discuss. So please keep watching us in huge numbers and that will be it from us today. Myself Rujula and with Pavan and Kanan, my two co-hosts. We say goodbye here and we'll come back yet again another time after the qualifier 2 happens and let's discuss what happens there. So bye for now. Bye to all of you and please join us again. Ta-da. Good night.
Adios.